Fantasy League tips, which players won the most Man of the Match awards last season. The new Premier League and fantasy football seasons aren't far away at all. With no major international tournament to feast our eyes on so far this summer, it's been a barren few months for the typical football fan. But with the big kickoff edging closer and closer, we've started to look back at last season to give you some handy Dream Team tips. So who won the most Man of the Match awards last season? Using our Dream Team Star Man metric and Who Scores rating system, we've established the top 10 players to have earned the accolade and 1 Alexis Sanchez, 13 Star Man awards. Sanchez's likely parting gift to Arsenal was the opener in the FA Cup final. Dream Team's highest point scorer of the season, by some distance, was arguably the one shining light of Arsenal's campaign as they missed out on the top 4. The Chilean forward scored 30 goals and had 15 assists in 51 appearances in all competitions. 2 equals Eden Hazard, 12. What happened to you last year then, Eden? Hazard was back to his wizard-like best last season after a truly appalling individual campaign the season before. The Belgian produced his best ever goal-scoring season for Chelsea and was Who Scored's highest-rated player in the Premier League. 2 equals Paul Pogba, 12. Pogba and Moreno share a moment after Europa League glory. Many haters felt Pogba had a tough first season back in England, but the statistics actually beg to differ. How did Pogba perform in fantasy football last season? Third highest rated player, 72 in the Premier League last season, behind only Eden Hazard and Alexis Sanchez. Consistent points scorer throughout the Premier League season, scored 236 points. Dream Team last season, the third highest for a midfielder. Want him in your fantasy football team this season? Sign up now. The Manchester United midfielder's huge influence on possession and touches meant he was an algorithm favourite as the Star Man awards piled in. For Philippe Coutinho, 11. Coutinho is Liverpool's standout player. This is quite some feat given Coutinho missed nearly 2 months in the middle of the season through ankle ligament damage. The Brazilian magician finished the season as Liverpool's top scorer with 14 Premier League goals and fired 7 goals in his last 8 games. 5 equals Christian Eriksen, 10. Eriksen's quiff is really quite the specimen. Eriksen produced his best season since arriving in England on the back of Gareth Bale's move to Real Madrid in 2013, finally adding consistency to his prestigious talent. The Dane became Tottenham's creative hub and a fine 2017 nearly inspired Spurs to a surprise first title. 5 equals Kevin De Bruyne, 10. De Bruyne and Aguero celebrate embarrassing Watford. De Bruyne, on his day, is arguably the most effective player in the Premier League, and he excelled in a number of different positions under Pep Guardiola last season. The Belgian playmaker's pinpoint passing and dead ball delivery helped him finish the season as the division's top creator with 18 assists. 5 equals Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 10. Zlatan has been typically modest this season. Many experts doubted whether Ibrahimovic could continue his imperious goal-scoring form in England, but he silenced the doubters emphatically. The big Swede carried Manchester United at times before a debilitating knee injury likely ended his short stint at the club. 8 Sergio Aguero, 9. Will Aguero hang around if he's not a guaranteed starter? It may shock a few to learn that. Despite losing his place to new boy Gabriel Jesus in the latter months, last season was Aguero's best ever goal-scoring return for City with a massive 33 goals in all competitions. The Argentine averaged a goal a game in the Champions League and FA Cup. 9 = Christian Benteke, 7. Big Ben proved there was life after Liverpool. Benteke's departure from Liverpool after a torrid single season on Merseyside completely reignited his career. The Belgian's currency has always been goals, and he backed that up with 17 in all competitions for Crystal Palace. 9 = Harry Kane, 7. Anyone still think Kane is a bit of a flash in the pan? 3-season wonder anyone? Kane continues to defy critics and get better and better every single year, finishing the season with 7 goals in 2 games to snatch the Premier League Golden Boot for the second successive season. How does fantasy football work? The setup for Dream Team is rather simple. As a manager, you get a budget of £50 million to spend on your team of 11 players. Game weeks will run from Friday to Thursday this season, and you'll be allowed to transfer out players who have already played in that game week. No player scored more Dream Team points last season than Alexis Sanchez. Each manager gets a maximum of 3 transfers a month, so it's important to pay attention to upcoming fixtures. And if the incentive of beating your mates in our mini-league system isn't enough, there's a whopping £750,000 prize pot at stake too. Keep up to date with all the latest fantasy football news ahead of next season with our Fantasy Football Live blog, and sign up to play below and